Okay, guys, we're going to begin going over fluency. For today, we are given a statement, and there's a part A and a part B to it. I have my scrap paper over here for myself to show you how I would solve it, and you're more than welcome to use it, or you can use the piece of paper that is next to you. So your statement is, Aaron earned $16 babysitting and $17.50 mowing a lawn. He paid $8.50 for a movie and bought a small popcorn for $1.95. So our first thing that we need to do is we need to write an expression that can be used to find out how much Aaron has left. So we're looking at how much money Aaron has left. So what he spent, oops, my screen moved on me. What he spent, how much he earned. So I like to put myself in Aaron's situation. If I was Aaron and I earned myself $16 babysitting, and I earned, let me put yellow around it so we know that we're looking at Aaron earning it. So if I was Aaron and I earned money for babysitting and mowing lawn, that means I'm taking that money and I'm putting it in my pocket. So I'm gaining it. I'm keeping it. It's mine. So I'm going to be sitting here adding those together because I'm adding that in a sense to my pocket. So $16. Now when we deal with money or any sort of whole number when we're adding, the decimal point is always after the number because that decimal point tells us that that value is $16. If I put it anywhere else, it changes the place value of the numbers and it changes the value of that number. So we want to make sure, and we always add our two zeros after the end. So we want to make sure that that decimal point goes in the correct spot. So then I also, if I were Aaron, he would also earn, or I would also earn that $17.50 for mowing that lawn. But then, after a hard day of work of babysitting and mowing a lawn, Aaron goes to the movies and he buys himself a ticket and a small popcorn. So if he's bought himself, so he paid, so he's now taking that money out of his pocket, giving it to the clerk at the movie theater for the ticket and for the popcorn. So that means he no longer is going to have that money. So if he's paid for it, that means he has to take that amount out of his pocket because he does not have it anymore. So that means we are going to subtract that $8.50 from how much he's earned, and we're also going to subtract that $1.95 that he paid for popcorn. So that's our expression that we're going to work with. So part B now wants us to know how much money does Aaron have left. So we have to sit here and solve this expression. So we're going to sit here and add that $16 plus $17.50. So we're going to sit here and add those up to each other. So let's start. So we have $16. So I'm going to start off with my 1, my 6, and that decimal point, do not forget about it, goes after the 6, and then my 0, and my other 0. And then we said we're adding, so we're going to add that $17.50. So I'm going to start off with my decimal point. I'm going to put my 7 in my 1 spot, my 1 in my 10 spot, because that's its place value, my 5 in the tenths, and then my 0 in the hundredths. So if you notice, and then I'm going to put my line down, if you notice, all my numbers are lined up, my decimal point is neatly lined up, and I'm going to drop my decimal down like it's hot, and I'm going to begin to solve. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 7 is 13. So I'm going to put my 3, and then bring up my 1. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So Aaron has earned $33.50 for doing all that work that he just did, babysitting and mowing the lawn. Now after that long day of work, he's going to the movies to buy himself to relax and enjoy himself. So he's now going to spend $8.50 of that. So we're going to put our decimal point, and I'm just going to continue going. I'm going to line up my decimal point. And then my 8 is in the ones, so I'm going to put my 8 in my ones column. That's underneath the 3 in the ones column of the $33.50. And then I have 50 cents, so my 5 is in the tenths, so I'm going to put my 5 in the tenths. And then my 0 in the hundredth spot. And then I'm going to bring my line down, and we are, according to our expression, we are going to subtract Before I begin subtracting, I'm going to drop my decimal point down, drop it like it's hot. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. 3 minus 8, we cannot do that, so we have to go next door. So that 3 now becomes a 2. And I have to send that back. Oops. So now we have 2, and that 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. And then that 2 drops straight down. So now Aaron has $25 left after he got himself his ticket. Now he's deciding to get some popcorn. That's $1.95. So we need to line up our digits and our decimal point. So I'm going to line up my decimal point. And then my 1 is in the 1 spot. My 9 is in the 10th spot. And then the 5 is in the 100th spot. I'm going to draw my line. And I know I'm subtracting according to my equation expression I had created. And I'm going to begin to subtract. 0 minus, before I begin subtracting, don't forget, I almost did. Don't forget to drop your decimal point down. 0 minus 5. Cannot do that. So my 0 will become a 10. But in order to make this 0 a 10, we have to go to that 5. That 5 is going to become a 4. So I put my 4 in front of the 5. So now this 0 becomes a 9 because it first became a 10. But in order to make this 0 a 10, we have to take from that 10. So that now becomes a 9. Oops. Order. Why is that 9 not going there, guys? Hold on. Give me a minute. Bring forward. 9 we need to bring to front. So we have our 9. Okay? So now this 0 becomes a 10. So now we can begin subtracting. So we have 10 minus 5, 5. 9 minus 9, 0. 4 minus 1, 3. And then the 2 drops down because this is technically an imaginary 0. You could put a 0 there if you wanted to. So 2 minus 0 is 2. So part B is asking, how much money does Aaron have left? Aaron has, and in your insert amount here, you would double click it, and you're going to put, Aaron has $23.05 money left. Okay, so if you have any questions on fluency, please let me know. Your scrap paper should look like this. If you want to, you can do your work over here too. That's more for what is comfortable for you. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'd be glad to help you guys.